Welcome back. Today, I just realized that the holiday bots are back on chess.com, so I'm going to play all 5 of them in this video. About a year ago, I had a video called Special Holiday Bot Episode or something like that, and I lost to the last 2. I beat the first 3, the lower rated 3, and then I lost to the last 2. That might happen again, but I think I've gotten a little bit better, so I'm hoping that I'll at least beat the 4th one this time. But there's only one way to find out, and that's to get to it, so let's go. All right, I have pulled up the lowest rated holiday bot, which is Powder. I don't know if all of these are accessible to free accounts because I don't have a free account to check that on. It's possible that on a free account, you can only access the first one or maybe the first 2 or something like that. So I'm going to just play them and we'll see how it goes. I'm going to click choose. I'm going to let the computer choose the color and click play. Okay, this has given me the white pieces. Usually on the lower rated ones, I just wait 4 or 5 moves until the bot makes a blunder. I don't know if that's a blunder, but that's surely not a good move. It blocks in the D pawn, and I think I can immediately attack it by just pushing this pawn forward. So that's what I'm going to do, and I think it has to go back. It did not go back. Okay, so I'm going to just take that bishop and see what happens. Okay, the king has moved over. That also doesn't look like a good idea. Here I can take another pawn, but I don't know if that's a good idea because it immediately lets the queen out. But if I don't take that pawn, they can take me. So I think I'm going to take it. And surely they'll take back. Okay, they did. Now what I would like to do is start attacking this king here, which has just moved over. But I think first I need to get some pieces developed. Let's start by pushing my e-pawn, which will let out my light squared bishop. Okay, their queen has moved back. Okay, I'm going to let out my light squared bishop. I'm not sure where, but let's go to c4. Okay, that was probably a mistake, wasn't it? Well, let's just go here then. Okay, that's not bad. I think it's attempting to control the center, but I'm going to go ahead and castle is my plan. I think because I'm a piece ahead, I could probably just trade for this right now. But whichever pawn takes me back is going to be immediately threatening this knight. But then I can put it in there. So that's what I'm going to do. Okay, they'll take back and I will go into the center with that knight. And now I'm preparing to castle. Okay, the king has just moved out. But I can't immediately attack it yet. So I'm going to castle, and then I'm going to, wow, that's really weird. I'm going to get out my dark squared bishop here in preparation to check. Okay, now if I check with the bishop, they can just block with the pawn, which I don't want to happen. I could check with the knight, but of course the queen can just capture there. So let's just go ahead and get the rest of our pieces on the board. Wonder if that's a good idea. You think that's a good idea to play f4 now? If they push past, I can take it with my knight because my queen is protecting that square. If they take, I can take with this pawn. And if they take with this pawn en passant, then I can take with the knight. But I don't know if that's good or not. That's what I'm going to play. We'll see what happens. Oh, they're just going to let it go? Okay. Let's see. How can I get to their king? I can get to their king this way. But I think they could guard that spot immediately by putting their knight here. That would attack my queen and guard the square down there by their king. So should I just keep pushing? No, because then they can take and it'll be protected by their bishop. So I'm going to capture here. I don't know if that's good or not. All right. The king has just moved out. But again, I can't check with the knight because both those squares are protected by pawns. I can move this knight someplace in preparation for checking with my bishop, or is it time to get the queen out? Wonder if I should put the queen maybe over here on h5, which protects that pawn and prepares to come in this way. I don't know if that's a good idea. Oh, I can check right now with my rook protected by the knight. They would have just a few choices, but let me put I'm going to go ahead and put my queen out there first, and then I can check there. Okay, I'm going to check here, see what happens. Okay, and now I have a discovered check. Anywhere I move the rook is check from the queen. So I'm going to move my rook here, check. And then when they're queen with my rook, I could take this pawn, but then they would take mine. Oh, but if they took mine, I would be able to fork them right there. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm threatening the rook. Okay, it had to move. Now I can check here, and that forces the king off of that onto the back rank, and then wherever I move my knight would be a discovered check from my queen. But where would I move my knight? That's the question. Okay, so I need to work on getting this bishop out then. Or should I just push this pawn? Let's push the pawn. That's easier. Okay, that's not too big of a problem, I don't think, because I was going to push this pawn anyway. So let's do that. And now this is check. And that's checkmate. Okay. That turned out to not be too difficult. It took 24 moves to checkmate. I'm not going to run the game review on that one because even though I'm certain that I made at least a mistake or a blunder, I don't think I can learn much from this game. So I'm going to go on to the next bot. We're going to play Eve, who is rated 900. Again, I'm going to let the computer choose the color and click play. I got white again. Well, let's play D4. Okay, that's setting up for the Slav or the semi-Slav. I don't remember what that's called. But let's go ahead and play C4, not setting up for the semi-Slav. Oh, it's the Slav defense. Okay. It's just in the different order. Usually that comes first or second with this before the knight, I think. But maybe that's how it goes. Also, I don't know if it's the best idea to take this or not right now. I'm just going to do here and get ready to free this bishop. And then, yeah, you know what? I'm going to take it. Oh, and then take again. And in preparation for castling, there we go. I have castled. That's an attempt to win my bishop, but I think I just moved my bishop back at this point. I could protect with the knight, obviously, but then their knight takes me. So let's just pull this bishop back. All right. I can get the knight out anyway. I think that's a good idea because I do need to develop pieces. And I also want to, I don't think that was a good move. I also want to put this bishop here, which I was pointing at the queen, but I guess the bot Eve is a little bit better than Powder, so the queen got out of that. What happened? What happened? Did you see that? My screen just blinked like it was switching back and forth between games. Hopefully that's not just my mind, and hopefully that actually happened. Okay. Wow. I was thinking about putting my knight on one of these squares to threaten the queen. Over here on d5 is not good because their knight covers that. But what do they do if I play knight to b5? Where do they put their queen then? None of the squares coming this way are safe for their queen from there. If I had my knight over here, I guess they could pop back out this way. And then what would I do? I guess then I could push a pawn. I'm going to do that and see what happens. Okay, Eve has given me the queen for a knight, so I will take it. And from here, it should just be a matter of winning the wand game, which is not always as easy as it seems. I'm going to push this pawn. It's protected by the bishop. I'm going to push one more actually, no, I'm going to push another pawn and then push this. Oh, okay. Then I'm going to push again. I'm after the rook. Okay, and Eve has given me the rook for nothing. And again, I am threatening to queen. But the bishop is guarding that square. That's kind of nice. Let's see, is this coming for anything? I guess my bishop's not defended, but first I'm going to check them. Now I'm up 14 points of material, so I ought to be able to win this. I can check here. Where's the king going to go? The king, oh, it's just going to block with the pawn. That's not bad. What if I put my queen here? That way, if they did take my bishop, I would take their knight with check. Yeah, I'm just going to do that and see what my opponent does. Oh, they're going to let me have the pawn first, and then I will take the knight for the bishop. They're not even going to take it. Then I'll just go ahead and pick up another pawn. Very strange. They still haven't protected this knight, so I will take that and that. I know at some of these points I probably have like a mate in 6 or mate in 2 or something like that, but very early in my chess career, I picked up a bad habit, and at the time I called it CPR, and it stood for continuous piece removal. This was back when I was younger, when I knew really nothing about chess other than how the pieces moved and what the rules were. And I used to play what I called CPR, which was just, once you have a slight advantage, just removing as many of the opponent's pieces as possible. Okay, let's check down here. The king, I think, has to move up, and then I can check with the bishop here. And then where does the king go? In there? Well, I can check again here, but then the king is just going to go over there. So I can also get my queen out, but where? Here? I can put my queen there and then check here, maybe. Or I'm up 22 points of material. I could just take their rook right now for the queen and still have both my rooks available. Let's just do that. they're not going to accidentally checkmate me or sneak in a checkmate now that their rook is gone. And I have all these pieces, and I'm going to use them. I got to get that pawn out of the way so this rook can come out. All right, I'm not sure where the king is going, but I'm going to check it. Has to go in there. I don't know, should I start pushing pawns and, excuse me, come after the king with a bunch of pawns? Maybe that's what I should do. But checking is fun. Okay. All right. Let's see. Oh, it blocked the bishop's protection of this pawn, so I'm going to take that pawn. And then, how can I? Oh, I can trade off their bishop now. Oh, I just gave it my rook, didn't I? Why didn't it take my rook? I have no idea. Okay. Well, that was a mistake on my part. Pretty bad one, as it turns out. Oh, I just gave it my knight. Wow. Okay. Well, I clearly need some practice in it. I might not even beat these two of these lower rated bots. Let's see. Can I? Okay. There we go. CPR. Well, that's not checkmate because the king comes here or there. But then I have check with this bishop. Let's check. Then check with the bishop. Where does the king go now? Oh, in there. Oh, wow. Got a lot of places to go. Okay, let's take that pawn. And I think it'll take that one. If I take this pawn, the king still has a legal move, but I could check it now. Oh, I need the king to have a legal move. If I take this, does the king have a legal move? It does not. Okay, so I can't take the pawn, but I can check. So let's check. I think the king has to go there. Then I can check here, protected by the pawn, and it was a double check. Then check here. All right. Wow. Check there. And there, protected by the bishop. Okay. All right. Checkmate by moving the bishop out of the way of my rook. Okay. Well, I did okay, but again, it was because the bot messed up very early. But as you saw, I made a couple of blunders once I got confident. So what I'm going to do with this next one is try not to get overconfident. Play computer. What's the next? The third holiday bot is Santa, rated 1200. Let's just choose that one and go. Random colors again. And again, I got the white pieces. You'll notice that if you've watched any of my bot videos before, when I select random colors, I get white almost every time, which is not random, but it's the way it goes. I should have done a different opening or something. All right. Just normal opening moves, trying to control the center squares, or at least contest them. This is called the pseudo Tarrasch. Is that what that's called? The Queen's Gambit declined pseudo Tarrasch defense is what this is. But I don't ever remember if I'm supposed to take that pawn or this one. I think that one. Oh, okay. And then that one? Oh, maybe I shouldn't have taken that one. I don't know. Guess get another piece out. Oh, that wasn't a good idea. Oh, I just lost my knight. Are you serious? I just gave up my knight. Oh, but I got the bishop for it, right? Okay. Well, let's block that with this. And then get my bishop out this way so I can castle. All right. Not sure why Santa moved his g-pawn because the bishop's not there to fianchetto anymore. I did it so I could castle without moving my e-pawn. Now I can move this knight, and I think I want to move it there. And then I think I want to move this here to threaten the queen. And then check. I don't know if that was a good move or not, but that's what I did. Oh, maybe I just put the knight back now. Okay. That pawn's undefended. Oh no, now it's defended. Okay. Check. I thought I was playing smart, but yeah, the queen just got my knight. But I got the rook, so I'm up in exchange. Okay. Oh, and now I can win this pawn. All right. And the bishop. Okay. Oh, and another pawn. Is that going to check me? Is that what that's trying to do here? I guess I should just push that. Oh, but then it could still check me. But then it won't be defended by the rook. That doesn't help. Or it could just... No, I'm going to move the pawn. That way when it does... Oh, I thought they were going to check me here, and then I was just not going to lose a pawn and could get out of check. Okay, it did not check me. But now where's it going? Oh, it's trying to get my queen, I guess. All right. That's one plan. Well, should I chase their queen? I mean, sometimes that's a good idea. It may not be right now. That doesn't look like it's threatening anything right now except this pawn. I can move that pawn, but I could threaten the knight first. What if I did that? Threaten the knight first. See where it goes. Okay, it threatens my queen, but it undefended their A pawn. Oh, but if I take the A pawn, then I undefend this one. But I have to move my queen, so I'm going to take it. Okay. Well, I'm not threatened by that. What about going here, which pins the knight to the king? And the knight's currently undefended. Is that a good idea? I don't know. Oh, they did defend the knight. Okay. Well, then now I can start... Yeah, I'm going to start advancing my A pawn. That was interesting. Is it just going to let me advance it? Okay. It did not, but it did give up the knight. So I'm going to take it. All right. I think I can just defend that pawn with this rook here. Oh, and then I'll promote. Yeah. Oh, it didn't take it. Okay. There we go. And I have now won their queen for this rook because my bishop is down there. I remembered my bishop this time. Okay. What if I snuck in here first, which would... Because if I check first down here, their king escapes this way. But what if I put my queen in this way to keep the king from coming up and then bring my rook around down there? I'm going to try that. Okay. I'm not worried about those pawns, but I am going to bring this rook around this way and check down there. I think the king has to come out to f7. Check. I'm going to try to take off these pawns as I go, if I can, like this, and then... Okay, now I want to be careful because I don't want to make a blundery mistake and lose. Like, let's see, if I did that, if I put my rook on f7, that would be a stalemate because my rook would cut off that whole rank, or yeah, rank. My queen would cut off this whole rank in there, and my bishop's cutting off here, so the king would have nowhere to go, and that other pawn can't move. I don't want a stalemate, so I don't want to move the rook there. Oh, but I can check here, protected by the bishop on d5. And that's checkmate on move 46. Okay, so I have beaten the first 3 holiday bots. Now I'm going to go into one that I've never beaten before, which is it Rudolph? I don't remember. I think it was one of the reindeer. But yeah, that one down here, it says I had a couple of mistakes. The previous 2 games said I did not, but this one I did. Okay, now the next one is, oh, Dash. Wait, is that the name of a reindeer? I don't remember all the names of the reindeer because I haven't been a child in a while. This one's rated 1500. If I'm not mistaken, I have never beaten any bot rated that high. So just fair warning, I may not beat this bot. I am going to choose random colors. And you saw it gave me white again. Apparently, Holly is the only player at the North Pole that can beat Dash. Okay. Oh, it's Dasher, isn't it? Yeah. All right. I remember some of the names of the reindeer, right? Prancer and Dancer and Dasher and something. Vixen? Is that one? I'm probably remembering it wrong. Also, if you're from someplace that doesn't have those same reindeerish holiday traditions, then you have no idea what I'm talking about. But I assume that kind of commercialism has spread around the world. Okay, I think they're preparing this, but I think I have that square locked in, don't I? I'm not sure what to do here. I know that if I move my queen, then they can take this knight and seriously damage the pawn structure around my castled king. So I think I need to attack this bishop now and make it take now so that I don't damage the pawn structure when they trade that bishop. Okay, they brought the bishop back. Okay, I feel a lot better about that now. Now I can move the queen and or knight. In the meantime, should I take this pawn or push forward or let them take me? I also know I haven't developed all my pieces yet. So, like this bishop, where does it go? Do I need to move my b pawn before so I can get the bishop out over this way somewhere? Or should I just put it on d2? Should I develop my queen first? Let's do that. And then if they take, oh, I thought they were going to take there. Again, I don't know if I'm supposed to take. Where can that, oh, that knight can come in here. Well, let's stop that from happening. Okay. Did we come out even on that? I think we did. Oh, and now I can put a knight here, but they can take it. But then I could take back with my c pawn, but that's just another even trade. I kind of like it. And the reason I kind of like it is it allows me to put my bishop here. Oh, well, I'm going to do that now. What I was thinking was that if I ever do get to move this pawn, I'm aiming at that one. But first, they're threatening my rook, so I need to do something about that. One thing I could do about that is to put my bishop here, or I could just move the rook. And I don't know which is better. I'm going to move the rook to d1, getting behind that pawn in case I do need to move the bishop, like right now, like right there. And then I can, yeah, I'll take with the rook, I think. Okay, now they're thinking about pushing that pawn. Very, very astute. So I want to move this rook out of the path of their g bishop. Let's do that. And then I can move this rook out of the path of their pawn. Maybe swing this way with my queen. Or should I get the bishop out finally? I think I should finally get the bishop out. And now I'm going to have a double attack, I think, because I want to put my bishop right there on b4. I think that's good because my bishop's aiming at their rook and my other rook will be aiming at their queen. And they'll have to decide which one they want to save, I think. They saved the queen, which I assumed that they would. But my queen's undefended. So we're going to trade queens first. And then I'll take their rook for my bishop. Okay. Dash is doing well, but after this, I'm going to be up an exchange. I don't know how good that is. They have a pawn fairly well advanced here. I am going to do it, though. And I'm going to count on my pawns being able to stop that pawn. And I think I need to get this rook down to the 7th rank and maybe chip away at those two pawns. Wait. What? I'm up an exchange. Should I trade rooks now? And then try to stop that pawn? I think that's what I should do. Oh, wow, I just gave up that pawn. But they didn't take it, so I'm going to protect it. And then I'm going to bring my king here to protect my f-pawn push. Can check them now, but that doesn't help anything, does it? Let's do this and see if they take. Oh, I had a pawn protecting that. Okay. Well, let's go here, and then I can bring my king this way. Because their dark squared bishop can't see the light squares. Let's see. If I take this and they push past, I'll still be blocking it with my b-pawn. If I take it and they take, it's going to get tense over there. Their advanced pawns are definitely to their advantage right now. But if I don't take, I mean... Wait, I think that's better, isn't it? Oh, but no, they're going to push forward if I don't take. And then I have to move the rook. I think. Okay. Well, now I don't know what to do. Should I check now? I think I should check now. Because it couldn't come forward. My king and pawns were cutting off those squares, and this pawn was cutting off that square. But I think now I can start advancing these pawns and eventually block that bishop from being able to protect those. That's my plan. Okay. Well, I have to take that, don't I? I think I have to. And then that. Okay. Well, their king, I don't know why it went in there. It can't go any further. But I can take my king this way. Oh, if I take, then this pawn's undefended. Wait, what if I just push this pawn first? Oh, then they'll take with check. Okay. I just lost, didn't I? Or wait. Can I stay behind it? No, I can't. I just lost. Okay, well, it took the bot 57 moves to beat me. And I warned you before we started, I've never beaten a bot rated that high, so the same result as last year, Dash has beaten me. I thought I had an advantage in this game, but at some point it fell away, so I'm going to click the game review, and we'll see from the little graph if that was correct. I could be wrong. I might have never had an advantage, but I suspect that I did have an advantage. Okay, there is the graph. Wow. You can see here that fairly late in the game, I was up as high as +4, but apparently I gave it away and then the bot gave it back and then I gave it away again. Okay, so I'm going to go right to about there. And my next move, I played E5 and that was a blunder. Okay, because here I was up +4. Can we switch over to the analysis where I can turn off the feedback and the lines? Or I can leave the feedback on so I know which moves are blunders. What should I have played instead of that? Should I have pushed my H-pawn as a waiting move? No, that takes us down to +2. I still would have been ahead. Oh, now it says it's best. Wait, what? What's the lines say? The lines say king to E3 is my best move, or E2, but H4 is right up there. Okay. So H4 is maybe what I should have played or done my plan, of which I was in the middle of doing, was bringing my king over here to help take care of that bishop. Okay. Well, then turn off the lines. I played that and it was a blunder, but the bot blundered back by putting the king in there. I remember wondering why the king went in there because it couldn't come any further. But yeah, I think that's when they should have played G5. But again, I had a +3 advantage and I probably should have brought the king over. Is that what it's going to say? Oh no, this time it's saying I should have brought my rook over to A2 or E2 or played king to G2. What? King to G2. Giving up this pawn I still would have had a +2 advantage. Oh, because if they took that pawn, I could run with the other one. But what would that help? Why now it doesn't want me to take my king toward the bishop? What if I had? I still would have had an advantage, but it's not +4 like it was the turn before. Okay. Well, I don't understand that, and I don't have the time to go into it because I am here to play the bots. So let's go play the other one. Play computer, and this time I will select Holly, who is rated 2100, so I suspect this one will go very quickly. I'm going to choose random color. Oh, I'm going to get the black pieces this time. All right. Oh, and it's a D4 opening. All right. Is Holly supposed to be Mrs. Claus? No. I can never remember if I'm supposed to take or come back or protect with the pawn. I think if I protect with the pawn, then they play a3. I think I'll just trade off the dark squared bishops. Now nobody has the bishop pair. Okay. Not that I've ever seen a significant advantage in the so-called bishop pair, but huh, I kind of thought they were going to take or push, but they didn't. So now I don't know. Excuse me. Now I don't know if I'm supposed to take. So I will. I really don't know. I'm more having fun than anything. I can push a pawn here. Oh, wait. That pawn's undefended. Why would I leave that pawn undefended? I can defend it by putting my knight over here. Now, oh. Well. No, it's not defended. Not defended enough, is it? All right. Well, well, well. Let's see. If I push the pawn, I'm certain they're going to take. And then I'll take back. And they'll take back. And they'll be up a pawn. But again, this is a 2100 rated bot. I can't beat 14 and 1500 rated bots. So why would I expect to beat this one? If I push here, they can take with the pawn first. I can take with the pawn. They can take with the knight. I can take with the knight. And then they'll take with the queen. And I'll take with the queen. And they'll take with the rook. And we would have lost a lot more pieces, but I still would have lost one more pawn than them, right? But I don't know what else to do, so. I just hung a full knight by removing its defender. Oh my goodness, yeah. The knight was the pawn was defending that knight. Yes, it was. All right. And now and now their queen's out of the way of all that. Okay. I hear you. I hear you, Holly. Oh, I was hoping they would take with the knight, but because then I would win that pawn, but that's just hope chess, isn't it? They didn't have to take with the knight. Okay. Well, I can't very well protect that pawn, can I? Guess I can work on putting a rook down there on the second rank. Oh, I almost took that pawn. Okay. Okay. I'm down 6 points of material, so maybe it was a mistake to put my my rookama thing down there. All right, let's put it somewhere else. Okay. Okay. I'm just getting hammered in all directions. I have one pawn left. Oh my. Okay, well, let's get rid of that one pawn so it won't be a distraction anymore. See where the rook goes. Check. Oh, it moved out of check. That was probably a good idea. All right. Okay. I can't do anything, right? Look at that. That pawn's protected. I can't come over here because those squares are protected. And of course, the king's protecting all those. There's no point in coming over here because, yeah, I could get there, but that doesn't do anything because that pawn's protected by the knight. Can't go in there because that's protected by the knight. Those pawns are going to protect each other. Whichever one I attack will just move forward. So, and I can't move toward the rook because of the knight. All right. But maybe I can get behind the passed pawns. Oh no, I can't get behind the passed pawn because the knight's there. Very well then. All right. Fair enough. Oh, that was okay. Well, I'm not even going to look at that one. From the very beginning, I immediately felt the game slipping away. I don't know what I did wrong, but I'm now ready to go do something else. And I have a lot of other things to do. I have to install a dishwasher, and I have to do some other things too. So thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.